Also, like, we forget Peter was Hannah's fourth choice.
Fourth?
I know he finished third.
That's true.
But Luke was her number one. And if Luke doesn't up at every
I
turn.
did forget about that.
We forget that. Like, she was obsessed with Luke. Luke was her guy. Jed was second place. Then Jed pops into first. Jed doesn't work out. She asked Tyler out on national television. Tyler's like, meh, you know? And then, so, yeah, Hannah's story has holes.
I want to dig into that a little bit.
Okay.
When she said it was going to be you and Jed, and then it wasn't.
Such crap.
She's just lying.
Revisionist history.
Just lying.
With total, no, she's choosing to remember a different version. In her mind, when my guess is, and I don't know this to be true, but my guess is, and we've all been there, she's just conveniently remembering it differently than it happened.
Mm-hmm.
In the moment that she's feeling, I don't doubt, very emotional, and she's really played the victim card up really well these past several months, you know, but like, listen, Hannah isn't the only one where a relationship didn't work out. Everyone has their own different version, you know, especially former leads. I mean, yeah, what happened with Hannah and Jed sucked, but like, in my opinion, what happened with Vanessa and I sucked. I mean, it wasn't necessarily on camera, but it really was a difficult period of time. Anyways, yes, I think she's just choosing to remember it differently. It's just revisionist history. And that moment when she said it, I believe that she believed it to be true, but it's not, right?
Yeah. An L for Tyler, where it's sort of like it wasn't really you. Like, is there no L's for Tyler?
Well, you're friends with Tyler.
Sure.
Did you check in and be like, she just put you on blast and made it imply that you were like reaching out and asking her out? She implied that Tyler was really going for Hannah, and she's like, well, if you're gonna pursue me this hard, I mean, I guess I'll just ask you out and not Peter, who I really am in love with. I mean, come on.
We both saw Tyler around the time of these events, and
I didn't get that impression that Tyler was all that interested.
Nor did I. I don't know. There seems like perhaps there's a lot of provisionism going on. I just have another question, though.
Yeah.
Is it possible that Peter was like her second choice, but knowing she was going with Jed, production would be like, hey, put him third so he has a better shot at being Bachelor?
Yes.
Interesting. Because that's another hypothesis floating around the ether.
It is possible. However, I do think unlikely. Here, let me explain.
Please do.
Because the producers do care, first and foremost, about great TV. They also, in a very close second, do care about you finding love, you being the lead, right?
Sure.
So if you
great TV, close second.
Very close second. But usually those things tend to...
They align.
They align.
Everyone loves a love story.
And so if a lead is truly torn, then they'll let it play out. They've had runner-ups be the Bachelor before. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, Tyler isn't not the Bachelor because he was Hannah's running up. I think he's not the Bachelor because I think they always wanted Pete. And then, you know, Tyler made it even easier when he started dating Gigi, right?
Sure.
And so that's why Peter's the Bachelor. So they're not gonna go and say, oh, we have to let Peter home now. I know you really like him. I know they're confused. And so to answer your question, well, let's say she just knew it was Jed. Okay, fine. And then she's like, well, just let Peter go home.
Sure.
Then that just makes Hannah's story that much more inauthentic because, like, it's like what? I mean, yeah, Peter was my second, but I didn't really have a second. I just had a first. You know what I'm saying? Because that's usually in that version you're saying, it's just like, well, you don't really have a second, third, or fourth. You just have your one. And that often happens. So I've heard
that often happens like pretty early on where you're just like, this is who I'm into. But that also really makes sense.
But not Hannah. It does make sense.
Yeah.
But in Hannah's case, she's been playing this narrative of like, I've been so confused. And I will say
she keeps playing it. She's playing it last night.
I do to a certain extent believe her that she was less certain about her decisions going on than maybe leads of the past.
Right.
I definitely believe that for sure. But I don't think like Peter's literally her fourth choice. So she just went down the list of people who are available. And like the more they got liked by America, the more appealing. And like they became to her.